Hi there, so yesterday we looked at some exercises with the rolled up mat on your back, and today we're going to look at using the rolled up mat but lying on your front to work some of our backline posture. Before we do, we're going to have that mat rolled up and just flex or mobilise through the spine to start before we come into that work. So I'm going to pop my cushions out of the way for a moment, and I'm going to place my knees on the mat just to give me a bit of padding and a bit of comfort, and bring my hands out stacked under my shoulders. And we're going to start with just head and neck movement. So just find that little chin rolled onto your chest, and then I want you to try and lift through the base of the neck, the mid part of the neck, and then tip the chin up. And again, we're not working into any extreme movement, just work in a position that's comfortable for you. And then again, we're not hinging at the base of the neck, so if you can find the upper third of the neck by softening your chin, and then just almost lift through the back of the neck, like if you were a little cub and your mother was pulling you up by the base of the neck, to just lift through the back of the neck before you then roll and hinge and hang. So again, base of the neck, think about that little lift at the back of the neck into the mid third, and then once you're lifted as best you can then tip the chin up and look up. And again, just exercise these eyeballs like we were doing in yesterday's session. Look up and follow that movement. Then start to look down and follow the eye movement, giving yourself a soft chin. Think of the back of the neck sliding towards the ceiling before you then roll and hinge. And I'm now looking at my knees. Last one here, we're going to look through and forward and up. Base of the neck lifts, and then we tip the chin looking up. And then start to look down, little softening of the chin, keep the back of the neck lifted to the ceiling, and then hinge at the base of the neck. Nice. Then from here we're going to follow that movement by drawing the rib cage up into the spine. And just feel a nice stretch and breath into the back of the rib cage. And now tuck your tailbone under. Nice. With that tailbone just tucked under, rock back as though you're going to sit on your heels, and then rock forward onto your hands, keeping this nice lift through the middle and round spine. Here and there. Good. We're going to keep going here and just explore rocking back a little bit deeper, but keeping that tailbone underneath you, like you're drawing your tail through and underneath you as you sit back. So we're going to go for 4 more each time, moving into a little bit of a deeper tuck under, closer to your heels. Last 2. And last 1, drop, and this time you're going to sit all the way back onto your heels, let your elbows soften. Nice. So through a round spine, just curl and come up. We're going to stay in this deep C and do a modified cat stretch. So your job is to, thread the needle even. So keep lifted and rounded, and now bring the arm through, and then you're going to hug your shoulder. Okay, so from there, try and now take the elbow through and underneath you. Just a little bit of rotation through the back, and then bring the elbow out. So we're going to try and roll that elbow. You're hugging your shoulder or whatever's comfortable for you, and now you're trying to reach the elbow through and away from you. Then rock the elbow back. So reach the elbow through, staying rounded through the body. And last one, rock it through, round through the body, tail under, and release. Then from here we're going to switch sides. So we bring this hand through with a nice round spine, so curl under, hug your shoulder or whatever range you can, somewhere on the arm if you can't reach right through to the shoulder. And now we're trying to stay in a rounded spine and rock the elbow through and rock it back. Rock through, rock it back. Reach the elbow through, tailbone tucked under. Last one. And release. Then here we're going to soften the elbows, lift your tailbone, sink your belly and let your shoulder blades come together, a gentle look up and onto your hands. And now we're just coming into extension. Then drop that head and round, roll back and sit back. So now we soften the elbows, lift the tailbone, and I'm almost sat back on my haunches, straight back, and you're going to brush the breastbone as though it's along the floor, scoop onto the hands and up. Drop the head and round, curl and sit back, lift the tailbone, soften the elbows and come up. Round, curl, come back, lift, sink, and come through. And this time roll into center, release out into a coffee table, nice neutral spine. Back of the hand comes down, and this time we just fold through the elbow and reach those fingertips along the floor. Then press back up and open, and we're going to do 2 more there, nice and flowing. And open, and last one, fold through the elbow, listen to the floor, and open. Bring that hand down, switch sides. Back of the hand we fold, we open, we fold, we open. Last one here, and we open. Nice. Walk those hands back up to center, curl through the spine. Reach those arms up and now place your hands behind your head. And I want you to keep your hips, knees stacked over one another. We're going to side bend over to one side. Top elbow goes up to the ceiling and just roll round. Curl through the upper body. Other elbow comes up to the ceiling. Side bend all the way across to the other side. Roll through. High elbow back to center. And you can see this is all happening in the upper part of my back. I'm stabilizing my hips over my knees. We're going to go for 3 more. Rolling high elbow back. 2 more. Take the elbow up to the ceiling and round. Last one. Up. And back to center, switch direction. We side bend the other way, roll through and up, round and up. Last 2. It's quite a lot of movement through the spine. And back up, reach those arms up, bring your hands down, roll your shoulders back. Cool. So nice little stretch, but now we're going to come onto our front on our mat. So you need just a head cushion out in front of you. And we'll see where my head and neck want to be. So you're going to pop your pubic bone at the base of the mat, let your rib cage run along your sternum cage, along the middle of the mat to your nipple line, and then rest your head on a cushion in front of you. Okay, arms I'm going to have just comfortably for now out to the side, so rest them where feels nice for your shoulders. And now just let your pelvis widen and mould into that mat underneath you. And just see if you can find some comfort there. And rather than the back collapsing into the mat, see if you can just find length through the spine. So reach the crown of the head away from you. So you don't want to compress by softening the chin in towards you, but I want you just to find a softness through the chin to lengthen through the neck. And then just drop your pubic bone towards the cushion or mat underneath you to find length through the tailbone. Just to open up space in the spine in a relaxed way. And now from here we're going to start with just folding a leg and down, keeping this space between each vertebra. And last one. And now I'm going to fold one leg up, and as I reach the leg out long, I'm extending the leg off the floor and lower. So we fold, reach out, lengthen and lower. Fold, reach out, lengthen and lift and lower. And your job is just to keep the space in the spine and nicely balanced on that mat underneath you. Reach and lower. Only for 4 more here. Last 2. And last one. Nice. And now wherever your arms have rested comfortably, just keeping the elbows where they are and your hands slightly turned out, but again, not into any fixed range, just where your shoulders feel they want to rest. You're going to keep the forearms and the elbows down. And here I want you to just open through the front of the chest and start to squeeze the elbows in towards your waist, but the friction of the floor stops you. And as you squeeze in, it just lifts your upper body away from the floor. And then lower back down. So we widen through the shoulders, squeeze the elbows inwards, which lifts your upper body, and then lower, squeeze and lift, and then only lift as far as you're not feeling any extreme pressure in your low back. You should feel space between each vertebra. And you want the extension to be happening throughout the whole spine. So as you glide the shoulder blades down your back, almost feel you get the extension between the shoulder blades, then perhaps a little into the mid-back, but certainly at the moment you're not coming high enough to get extension into the low back. And then last 2, and lower, last 1, and lower. Cool. Then this time, as you come up into that hover, fold one knee in towards you. Stay wide through the pelvis and only bring that heel back as long as it doesn't create pressure in your low back. So explore the range that you've got, switching legs. Heel comes in, heel lowers as you release back down. Squeeze and lower, squeeze and lower. Last 2. And last 1. Nice. Then from here we're going to reach the arms out long. And again, you don't have to have really straight arms, just have a nice softness through them. And we're going to hover one leg opposite arm away, staying balanced on that nice mat underneath you. And my head is staying down, just hovering from side to side. Balance through the pelvis, balance through the body. Keep breathing. Last 2. Last 1. And now think of that little hover of your body as you reach the opposite arm and leg away. So a little hover of my breastbone, head and neck away from that cushion. Tiny movement. I'm still looking at the floor, so I'm not tipping my chin up. Reach, just adding in the weight of the head and neck. I reach into extension. Reach. Nice. And then we are going to add a tip of the chin, but not into extreme movement. So as you come up and hover, just as though if you're in a swimming pool, you were just trying to glance over the lip of the wall, just to look at someone's feet on the side of the pool side. So here we just look. We reach and then we just look at someone's feet over the pool side and down, a little look and down, a little look and down. 2 more, 1 more, well done, and down. And then last exercise for a little bit of fun, just reach away and reach the other leg away. Now if this gives you any back problems, you don't need to do this exercise, just come back down and stop there. Reach one arm away and then reach the other arm away. Then just hover the breastbone, head and neck, and then look over the pool side and balance there. Well done for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those hands in, lower one leg and the other, push up, bring the knees onto that cushion for a bit of support and just round into the body and just rock and sit to the right, sit to the left, just curling through the spine, rocking here side to side. Breathe into the body. Nice free movement. And then from here, just tuck those toes underneath you if you can. Roll into your Pilates ball, knees into your chest. Wrap your spine around your body, let the head hang. And then from here, let the knees come down onto that cushion. Reach the arms up and circle wide. Now if you can just reach back, that's okay. If you feel you can come onto the floor or onto the heels of your hands, up to you. And just open into extension. Push off. Roll the shoulders back. And then just notice how the body feels there to finish.